The day my sister's face stopped aging, my mother started dying. Nobody noticed at first.
How could they?
Everyone was too busy staring at Linda. My name is Joy, and I need to tell you what beauty really costs, because the price isn't paid by the person wearing the face. It started 3 years ago, the morning of Linda's 16th birthday. I woke up to screaming. Not happy screaming. The kind that makes your stomach drop and your feet move before your brain catches up. I ran downstairs. My mother was on the kitchen floor, clutching her chest, gasping like someone had punched all the air out of her lungs. Mama, I dropped beside her. What's wrong? What happened? She couldn't speak, just pointed at the living room. Linda stood by the window, confused, still in her pajamas. Morning light poured through the glass and landed on her face like it had been waiting for her all night. And something was different. Her skin glowed. Not makeup glow. Not filter glow. Real glow, like she'd been dipped in honey and sunlight. Her eyes looked brighter. Her cheekbones sharper. Even her hair seemed thicker, shinier. She looked older.
Not in a bad way.
In a stunning way. What's happening to me? Linda whispered, touching her face. Mama finally caught her breath. She stood slowly, leaning on the counter, eyes locked on Linda like she'd seen a ghost. It's starting, Mama whispered. What's starting? I asked. She didn't answer, just walked out of the kitchen, went to her room, and locked the door. By noon, the whole neighborhood knew. Linda stepped outside to throw away trash, and 3 men stopped their motorcycles just to stare. Mrs. Gloria from next door gasped so loud we heard it through the fence. Linda, is that you? What did your mother feed you overnight? Another woman walked past, did a double take, then came back. This girl is too fine. See, as her face is shining like mirror. Your mother is blessed, oh. Linda blushed, smiled, waved them off.
She didn't know what to say.
But I watched Mama through the window. She sat on her bed, hands trembling, eyes wet. That night, she couldn't eat. Said her stomach hurt. Her hands shook when she tried to hold her spoon. Mama, should I call Uncle Ben? I asked. Uncle Ben was a nurse at the clinic.
No. Her voice was firm.
I'll be fine. She wasn't fine. The compliments didn't stop. Every single day, someone said something about Linda's face. At church, this girl is glowing like an angel. At the market, your daughter will marry a rich man. Just look at her. At school, Linda, you should be a model. Seriously. And every single time Mama got worse. Headaches that made her cry. Joint pain that made her limp. Random fevers that came and went like shadows. I started keeping a notebook. I'm not sure why. Maybe I just needed to see if I was going crazy. Monday, Mrs. Halima said Linda looks like a queen. Mama's knees swelled that night. Wednesday, the tailor said Linda's beauty is a blessing. Mama fainted at the sink. Friday, Pastor John said Linda's face proves God is real. Mama coughed blood. The pattern was clear. But when I showed it to Linda, she laughed. Joy, you're being paranoid. Mama is just stressed. She works too hard. Then why does it only happen when people praise you? Linda's smile faded. That's coincidence. Is it? She didn't answer. Just looked at herself in the mirror, touched her perfect skin, and walked away. Then came the photographers. A man named Mr. Charles owned a modeling agency in the city. Someone showed him Linda's picture. He drove 3 hours just to meet her. He knocked on our door on a Saturday morning, dressed in a sharp black suit, smelling like expensive cologne. Good morning. I'm looking for Linda. Mama opened the door halfway. Who are you? Charles Obi. I run an agency. I'd like to offer your daughter a contract. Linda appeared behind Mama, eyes wide. A contract. Mr. Charles smiled.
Yes.
With your face, you could be on billboards in 6 months. Magazines. Commercials. I'm talking serious money. Mama's face went hard. She's not interested. Mama. Linda's voice cracked with shock. We're not interested, Mama repeated and slammed the door. Linda exploded. Why did you do that? Do you know what he was offering? I know exactly what he was offering. Then why? Because some things cost more than money. Mama's voice shook the walls. You think beauty is free? You think it's just luck. What are you talking about? Mama's eyes filled with tears. She opened her mouth, closed it, then turned and walked away. Linda looked at me, furious and confused. What is wrong with her? I didn't know. Not yet. That night, I couldn't sleep. I crept downstairs around midnight, thirsty. The kitchen light was on. Mama sat at the table, staring at an old photograph. I recognized it immediately. Her mother, my grandmother, who died before I was born. Mama? She jumped, quickly wiping her eyes.
Joy.
What are you doing up? I could ask you the same thing. She sighed, gestured for me to sit. I sat. She pushed the photo toward me. You know who this is? Grandma Ruth. Yes. Mama's voice was soft, sad. She was the most beautiful woman in her village. Men fought over her. Women envied her. Everyone said her beauty was a gift from God. I waited. But every time someone praised her, her mother got sick. At first, small things. Headaches. Tiredness. Then bigger things. She couldn't walk. Couldn't breathe. The village healer finally told the truth. Beauty like that doesn't come free. Someone always pays. My blood went cold. Grandma Ruth didn't believe it, Mama continued. She thought it was superstition. So she kept living her life, accepting compliments, marrying a rich man, becoming famous in 3 towns. And her mother died slowly, painfully, while everyone celebrated Ruth's face. I could barely breathe. When Grandma Ruth realized the truth, it was too late. Her mother was gone. The guilt destroyed her. She locked herself in her house, refused to see anyone, covered all the mirrors. She died alone, haunted by what her beauty had cost. Mama looked at me, tears streaming. The curse skipped me. I'm plain ordinary. But when Linda was born, I saw it immediately. That glow. That pull. And I knew it had come back. So, every time someone praises Linda, I pay the price, Mama whispered. My body breaks a little more. I felt sick. Does Linda know?
No.
And she can't. If she knows, she'll carry guilt that will destroy her the way it destroyed my mother. I won't let that happen. But Mama, you're dying. I know. Then we have to tell her. We have to stop this. Mama grabbed my hand, squeezed hard. Listen to me. The only way to break this is for Linda to choose on her own, to reject the beauty, to walk away from fame, admiration, everything. If she does it to save me, it won't work. It has to be her choice, made freely for the right reasons. That's impossible. She doesn't even believe the curse exists. Then we wait, Mama said quietly. And we pray she figures it out before I'm gone. But waiting wasn't enough. Because Mr. Charles didn't give up. He came back. And this time, he brought a contract, a lawyer, and a check for 2 million naira. Linda's eyes almost fell out of her head. This is just the signing bonus, Mr. Charles said smoothly. Once you start working, you'll make 10 times this. Mama stood in the doorway, pale, shaking. Linda, don't. Mama, this is 2 million naira. Do you know what we could do with this? Pay off the house. Fix the roof. Send Joy to a better school. Money isn't everything. Easy for you to say when you're not the one struggling. The words hit Mama like a slap. Linda softened immediately. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Sign it, Mama whispered. What? If that's what you want, sign it. Linda hesitated, looked at me. I wanted to scream the truth, but I'd promised Mama. Linda signed. 3 weeks later, Linda's face was on a billboard, then a magazine cover, then a commercial. Everywhere we went, people recognized her, stopped her, took photos, screamed her name, and Mama got worse. She stopped eating, stopped sleeping. Her skin turned gray.
Her eyes sank.
She could barely stand without help. Uncle Ben came by, examined her, ran tests. Everything came back normal. There's nothing medically wrong, he said, confused. But her body is shutting down like someone with stage 4 cancer. Linda finally noticed. Mama, what's happening to you? Nothing, baby. I'm just tired. This isn't tired. This is dying. Mama didn't deny it. That night, Linda came to my room. Joy, tell me the truth. What's going on? I looked at her, my sister, my best friend, glowing like a star while our mother faded like smoke. And I broke my promise. I told her everything. Linda didn't believe me. That's insane, Joy. Curses aren't real. Then explain, Mama. She's sick. Sick people exist without magic being involved. Then why do the doctors find nothing? Why does she only get worse when people praise you? Linda's face twisted. So, what? I'm supposed to believe I'm killing her with my face? Yes. She laughed bitterly. And what do you want me to do?
Quit.
Give back the money? Ruin my life because of some old story. I want you to care more about Mama than your billboards. Linda's eyes went cold. You're jealous. What? You've always been jealous. Plain Joy and pretty Linda. I finally have something and you can't stand it. That's not. Get out of my room. Linda. Get out. 2 days later, Linda moved out. Mr. Charles got her an apartment in the city. Fancy, expensive, far from us. She didn't say goodbye. Mama cried herself to sleep that night, and the sickness accelerated. For 3 months, I took care of Mama alone. I fed her, bathed her, held her when she screamed from pain no medicine could touch. Linda called twice. Both times, I begged her to come home. I'm busy, Joy. Mama's dying. The doctors said she's fine. The doctors are wrong. She never did. Then came the night I'll never forget. Mama woke me at 2 a.m., gasping. Joy. I can't breathe. I grabbed my phone, called Uncle Ben, screamed for him to come.
Hold on, Mama.
Please hold on. She gripped my hand, tears streaming. Tell Linda not her fault. I love her.
No.
You tell her yourself. You're going to be fine. But we both knew the truth. Uncle Ben arrived. He tried everything. Oxygen. Injections. CPR. Nothing worked. At 3:47 a.m., my mother died in my arms. And at that exact moment, across the city, Linda's face began to change. Linda didn't come to the funeral. She sent flowers. Expensive ones. White roses with a card that said, "Sorry for your loss." Like Mama was a stranger. I buried our mother alone. Well, not completely alone. Neighbors came, church members, people who actually cared. But the one person who should have been there wasn't. And I hated her for it. 3 days after the funeral, my phone rang. Linda. I almost didn't answer. But something made me pick up. Hello.
Silence.
Then crying. Joy, something's wrong with me. My heart went cold. What do you mean? My face. It's changing.
What?
Just come.
Please.
I need you. She hung up. I sat there, staring at my phone. Part of me wanted to ignore her, let her suffer alone the way Mama had. But she was still my sister. I took the bus to the city. Linda's apartment was on the 10th floor of a glass tower. Security almost didn't let me in. I looked too ordinary for a place like that. "I'm here to see Linda James." The guard checked his list. "She's not receiving visitors." "I'm her sister." He studied me, suspicious. I didn't look anything like the girl on the billboards. Finally, he called up. Linda must have confirmed, because he let me through. I rode the elevator up, heart pounding. The door to her apartment was unlocked. I pushed it open. "Linda? In here." I followed her voice to the bathroom. She sat on the floor in front of the mirror, face in her hands, shoulders shaking. "Linda?" She looked up. I gasped. Her face, the face that had been on billboards, magazines, TV, was rotting. Not dramatically, not like a horror movie, but enough to notice. Dark patches under her eyes. Skin that looked gray, dull. Her lips were cracked and bleeding. Her hair, once thick and shiny, hung limp and brittle. "What's happening to me?" she whispered. I knelt beside her, mind racing. The curse. It made sense now. Mama had paid the price while Linda's beauty grew. But now that Mama was gone, there was no one left to pay. So the debt was coming back to Linda. "It's the curse," I said quietly.
No.
"That's not real. This is stress or an allergy or... Linda, look at yourself."
She did.
And whatever denial she'd been clinging to crumbled. "What do I do?" Her voice broke. "Joy, what do I do?" I wanted to say you should have listened. I wanted to say you should have come home. I wanted to say this is your fault. But she was my sister. And she was scared. "I don't know," I admitted. "But we'll figure it out." We went to see Mama Sola. She was the oldest woman in our old neighborhood. People said she knew things, spiritual things. Mama had always avoided her, said some knowledge was too dangerous. But we were out of options. Mama Sola lived in a small house that smelled like herbs and candle wax. She opened the door before we even knocked, like she'd been expecting us. "Come in, children." We sat on wooden stools. She studied Linda's face for a long time, humming softly. "You carry your grandmother's face," she finally said. Linda blinked. "You knew my grandmother?" Everyone knew Ruth. Beautiful, proud, cursed. Mama Sola poured us tea from a clay pot. "The curse doesn't die, child. It sleeps. And when beauty like yours wakes it up, someone pays." "My mother paid," Linda whispered.
Yes.
"And now she's gone. The debt returns to you. How do I stop it?" Mama Sola sipped her tea. "There are 3 ways.
First, you die.
The curse dies with you." Linda went pale. "Second, you pass it on. Have a daughter. Let her carry the beauty and the debt." "No," Linda said immediately. "I won't do that to my child." Mama Sola nodded approvingly. "Good. That leaves the 3rd way." "What is it?" "You break the mirror." We both stared at her. "What does that mean?" I asked. "The curse feeds on admiration, on eyes that worship your face, on words that praise your beauty. To break it, you must make yourself unseen, unremarkable. You must destroy the beauty people praise, not with bitterness, but with purpose." Linda's hands trembled. "You want me to make myself ugly? I want you to make yourself free."
How?
Mama Sola reached into a bag and pulled out a small clay jar. "This is ash from the shrine of broken vanities. Mix it with water and cover your face every night for 7 days. By the end, your beauty will fade. The curse will release you. But what? You must choose it willingly. If you hesitate, if you mourn what you're losing, the curse will know. And it will take everything." Linda took the jar with shaking hands. That night, back at the apartment, Linda stood in front of the bathroom mirror holding the jar. I sat on the edge of the tub, watching. "I can't do this," she whispered. "You have to." "Do you know what I'm giving up?" "My career." My money. My whole life. Your life built on Mama's pain. She flinched. I didn't know. But now you do. Tears ran down her face, cutting through the patches of decay. What if I'm nobody without this face? Then you'll find out who you really are. She looked at me, desperate. Will you stay with me? I'm not going anywhere. She opened the jar. The ash inside was black, fine, and smelled like burnt flowers. She mixed it with water, like Mama Sola said, creating a thick paste. Then, hands shaking, she spread it across her face. The first night, nothing happened. The second night, her skin started peeling. The third night, she screamed. The decay was spreading faster. Her hair fell out in clumps. Her skin turned rough and scarred. It's getting worse, she sobbed. Mama Sola said 7 days. You have to finish. I can't. Joy, I can't. You can. I'm right here. Every night, she cried. Every night she wanted to stop. But every night, she put the ash on her face. On the 7th night, something changed. The decay stopped spreading. Her skin, though no longer glowing, stopped rotting. Her face looked normal. Plain. Unremarkable. Like mine. Linda stared at her reflection, silent. How do you feel? I asked. She touched her face, tears streaming. I feel light. The next morning, Linda's agent called. Linda, where have you been? We have 3 shoots scheduled, and wait. What happened to your face? I'm done, Mr. Charles.
Done?
What do you mean done? I'm quitting. Cancel everything. You can't quit. You're under contract. Sue me. She hung up. For the first time in months, she smiled. A real smile. We moved back home. Linda sold the apartment, paid off Mama's debts, and used the rest to open a small shop in the neighborhood. People didn't recognize her at first. When they did, they whispered, "What happened to her? She used to be so fine. She's ruined herself." Linda heard them, and she didn't care. One afternoon, a young girl came into the shop. She couldn't have been more than 14. Beautiful, glowing. Her mother trailed behind her, looking tired and sick. Linda saw it immediately. The same glow, the same pattern. She knelt down to the girl's level. What's your name? Blessing. Blessing. Can I tell you something important? The girl nodded. Linda glanced at the mother, then back at Blessing. Beauty is a gift, but some gifts come with a price. If people start praising you all the time and your mother starts getting sick, you need to know it's connected. The mother's eyes went wide. How did you? Because it happened to me, Linda said gently. And I almost lost everything before I understood. She handed the mother a piece of paper with Mama Sola's address. Go see her, before it's too late. The woman took it with trembling hands, tears in her eyes. Thank you. Months passed. Linda's face never glowed again. But something else did, her heart. She started a support group for mothers and daughters dealing with strange illnesses. She spoke at schools about the dangers of chasing beauty. She lived quietly, simply, freely. One evening, as we sat on the porch watching the sunset, she turned to me. Do you think Mama would be proud? I thought about it. I think she'd be relieved. She didn't want you to be perfect. She wanted you to be free. Linda nodded, tears glistening. I miss her. Me too. We sat in silence, watching the sky turn orange and pink. Joy! Yeah, thank you for not giving up on me. I took her hand. You're my sister. That's what we do. A year later, we got a letter. It was from Blessing's mother. Dear Linda, I wanted you to know we saw Mama Sola. Blessing made the choice. She's free now, and I'm healing. You saved our family. Thank you. Linda cried when she read it. Not sad tears. Relieved